welcome to chair yoga. We'll give everyone a few minutes to log in and get settled. If you are new to this group or new to class, it's always nice to know who you are. So feel free to go to the chat and share your name and maybe what city or state you're calling from. And the chat is usually the bottom sort of center of your screen. It's this sort of speech bubble, and you can share there if you'd like. And we'll get started in about 2 minutes. Great, Bernadette, welcome. Great to have you here. And then if you see me looking to the side, I'm just looking through all of your videos and names. I like to see who's here.
Virginia?
Hi, Virginia, welcome. First time here?
Yes.
Great.
Hi, I'm Shirley.
Shirley, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling to see. Okay, I see you here. Have you been here before?
No, this is my
No.
first time.
First time. There's something familiar about you, but great, wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
Oh, and I see here in the chat, Bernadette says she's in Hartwell. Awesome.
Excuse me, this is Judy.
Hi, Judy.
How do I get my picture up?
So you're so that we can see you?
Yeah.
So usually, oh boy, I think it's at the bottom center of your screen. Actually, if I exit, I can probably tell you because the only way I can tell you is by trying it myself. Oh, actually, you know what? If you put your cursor onto where it says your name, where it says Judy's iPad.
Yes.
And there are those 3 dots, top right-hand corner of that. If you move your cursor to the top right-hand corner.
I have three lines. I'm not sure. I'll have to work on it.
Yeah, so usually if we move our cursor to our own little image, or for you, it's where your name is, and you move your cursor onto that name of your name. There are 3 dots that pop up, and if you click those 3 dots, there's a drop-down menu that says start video or stop video. But iPads might be a little different.
Sorry. It's all right. I'll try and figure things out.
Okay. And you can always email the GoGo team, and someone can probably help you out so that next time it's a little smoother and easier.
Okay. Thank you. Whoop.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Great to have you here. Welcome to our chair yoga class. It's part of our free Grow with GoGo series. So we alternate between chair yoga and functional fitness. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services. So anything you need done around the house, changing a light bulb, shoveling snow, just anything that needs to be done, GoGo's here for you. Also a reminder that we have a referral program. So at the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there is a referral code. If you give that code to a friend and they take their first service with GoGo, you both get $10 in credit. We have a Facebook group, so if you ever want to continue any of our conversations online, you can find us on Facebook, and we'll share a link in the chat. Oh, and I think here accidentally we have Caro, who is also a teacher here with GoGo, but I'm Adra. Welcome to class. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. What do we need today? So we need a chair, and that's it, in your body. So just a reminder to have a chair and your body. I like a chair that doesn't roll around and without armrests, but if all you have is a chair with armrests, that's fine. If all you have is an office chair that rolls, that's fine. Use what you have, no problem. It is Wednesday, right? We are Wednesday, which means we have a move of the week. So before we move, does anyone remember the move of the week? I'm cheating and I'm looking over to my notes. Does anyone remember the move of the week? So if you're new to class, we have Every week we have a move on Wednesdays.
Adra, this is Carol.
Hi,
Was
Carol.
it follow your finger with your eyes?
That was a few weeks ago. So that was one of the times, but that was not the most recent one. Good guess though.
Box breathing?
Yes, yes. Excellent. I don't know who said that, but
Yay.
sorry?
This is Liza on the
Liza,
phone in
well done, Liza.
Albuquerque.
Box breathing.
Thank you. Thanks.
Uh-huh. All right.
Okay.
Let's move. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm just going to check the chat, make sure that nothing is okay, great. So my image hopefully is the big one. Sorry, I'm showing my hands. You can copy me here in 1 second. If it is not your big image, then you have to just adjust your settings a little bit. So you can move your cursor usually to the top right-hand corner of your screen, and you can adjust it so that it says speaker view. And that would be I'm nice and big. Or if you want to see everybody else, it will say gallery view. All right. So let's find our seat. This class is mostly seated, whereas our functional fitness class is mostly standing. And just a heads up, we will stand for about 2 minutes, but most of the class is seated. Go ahead and rock a little side to side. And then ground yourself so that you feel even, right to left. Let's do a few shoulder rolls forward. And a few shoulder rolls back. And then allow your shoulders to relax. We'll place one hand on the chest and one hand on the abdomen and go ahead and close the eyes. Begin to notice what you feel beneath your palms. Can you feel movement of the breath? And with your upper hand, maybe you can even feel your heart beating. And so for the next minute, we will observe the breath through our palms. So sensing the breath beneath your hands. And then continue to focus on the breath, but allow your hands to rest on your lap. For the next few moments, just sensing, paying attention to the breath without the use of the hands. And then feel free to keep your eyes closed, or if you want, you can open them. You'll start to rotate your head no. So just turning the head right and left. Noticing the range of motion in your neck. And then nod your head yes, looking up and down. And then bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Nice side stretch of the neck. And other ear to shoulder. One more time, right ear to right shoulder. And left ear to left shoulder. And then bringing the head back to center. Blink open the eyes if they're still closed, bringing in the space around you. Let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. If you can't reach your arms all the way up, that's totally fine. You don't need to go all the way up. Palms touch, hands lower towards the chest. Maybe feeling a little forearm stretch as your arms go down. Let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. Find length along both sides of the body. Palms touch, exhale, hands lower. Again, inhale, arms circle out and up. Exhale, palms touch, and as they come towards the chest, we'll pause. And with the palms at the chest, let the hands move over towards one side and then over to the other. So keeping those palms pressing into each other, you'll feel maybe a little more stretch into the palms or the wrists as you scoot your hands right and left. Trying to keep those hands flush against each other. This might not be a really huge motion, so it might be quite small, and that's totally fine. A few more. And then finding center, interlace or interlock those fingers, and then push the palms forward. Let those shoulders drop away from the ears. So we're stretching the hands, the fingers, the wrists. And then releasing those hands, opening them out to the side. Inhale, lift the chest, let your tail go back behind you. And exhale, round your back, tuck your tail, and give yourself a hug. I'm just going to show you a side view. You don't need to move. It's just so you have a different perspective. Inhale, we open the arms out to the side, chest lifts, tail goes back, gaze rises, and then exhale, round the back, give yourself the hug. Keep going at your own pace. So don't worry about my speed or anybody else's. Move with your breath. Make this feel nice. Really feeling the breath link with the motions of your body. And then make your way back to center, releasing your hands to your lap. Let's find a little rotation here. We'll inhale, twist the spine, rotate one direction, doesn't matter which way. And then exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, twist one way. Exhale, twist the other way. Keep going. Follow your breath. Next time you're rotated one direction, go ahead and pause and just hold for a few extra breaths, letting those shoulders be soft and maybe allowing your head to follow the twist. So looking over your back shoulder. And then going the other direction, rotate. Holding for a few breaths, maybe allowing your neck to move too. So looking over that back shoulder. And then back to center. Let's move our attention now to our lower body. We'll do some heel raises here. So if we think about our foot split into three, ball of the foot and toes at the front, arch in the middle and heel in the back. You want to make sure that front third stays on the ground. So ball of the foot and the toes stay down as you lift one heel and then bring it down and then lift the other heel and bring it down. So it's not just the toes that stay down, but it's the ball of the foot as well. As you do these heel raises, maybe noticing what your ankle wants to do, if it wants to splay out to the side or knock out or in, and see if you can keep that ankle in line with the lower part of the leg. Just a few more. Right, and then letting those heels relax, and then we open up those legs, taking those legs out wide. So we're going into a wide stance. So depending on your chair, you might need to move back or forward. So some chairs it's more comfortable, especially if you have armrests, you have to stay pretty far forward on the front edge of the chair. But some chairs, especially if you have short legs, it actually helps to scooch you back towards the back of the chair. So just find what works for you here. It's up to you how wide your legs go. Just notice those knees and watch that those knees don't fall in even though those feet are wide. So let those knees track along that same line as your toes. From here, we'll lean to the right. I'm going to mirror you. So right hand can rest on your knee. You can start to bend that right elbow, taking your time. Or maybe that right forearm finds an armrest if that's the kind of chair you have. Or the right forearm can find your leg. Pause here and really press that left hip down into the ground and start to see if you feel a little bit of stretch and pull in your waist. You're welcome to stay right here, or if you'd like, you can reach that left arm out to the side, up towards the ceiling, or all the way overhead towards the side wall. So whatever, or sort of where the wall meets the ceiling. Whatever arm position works for you, and you can keep the arm out up or overhead, you can move it around, whatever feels good. I'm going to keep my arm all the way overhead because that feels best for me, but do what feels good for you. Remembering that this is your time and your practice, and so you should listen to your body and what feels right today. Go ahead and lift yourself back up. Pause for a moment. Just notice the difference right to left. And we'll go to the other side. So leaning to the other side, hand can be on the knee. You can have a bent elbow or a straight elbow. You're also welcome to bring your forearm to an armrest or your forearm to your leg. Again, you can stop at any point along the way. Keeping that right hip grounded. So watching how that right hip might want to lift off the ground. See if you can keep it grounded, which might mean you need to lift up higher, be on the hand or on an armrest. From here, that free arm, that right arm can stay down, go out to the side, up towards the ceiling or overhead. And same option, the arm can move or it can be still. It doesn't need to be the same thing you did on the other side. Focus your breath into that side of the body, to that side that's being stretched. And go ahead and lift yourself back up to center, pausing once again, just noticing the differences right to left. And then bring those legs back towards each other. All right, let's go ahead and go into a little hamstring stretch. I'm going to show you this sideways just because it's easier for you to see. We'll go ahead and stretch that right leg forward in front of us. So one leg is bent and one leg is straight. And that left foot stays down on the ground, that right leg straightens, the heel is down to start. And then we're going to point and flex through the foot. So go ahead and start to do that. Point and flex through that straight leg. I'll show you the front view as well so you can see that. So we're just finding some motion in the ankle. And then next time your foot is flexed or toes up towards the ceiling, go ahead and pause, holding there. You'll inhale, lean a little forward. Feel how the stretch in the back of the leg intensifies. And then exhale, back off of the stretch. Inhale, leaning forward, feeling the stretch. And exhale, back away. Keep going at your own pace, forward and back. There's no rush. The next time you're sitting tall, pause for a moment and decide where you want to be to hold the stretch. So you can stay up tall if you already feel a stretch when you're sitting tall, or begin to lean a little bit forward using your hands to brace yourself on your legs. You can stay there, or you can bring your forearm to your thigh, or even reach a hand down your leg. So whatever works for you, holding the stretch. Letting your attention stay along the back of that leg that's being stretched. Sometimes it even helps to use your hand and rub the leg gently if that feels nice to you. But letting your attention be with the sensations of the stretch. Go ahead and start to lift your torso back up. Rebend that right knee and windshield wiper those knees side to side, or just let them sway a little bit, shaking it off. And then we'll find our second side. So left leg straightens out in front of us, right knee is bent, or just whichever leg you haven't done. We'll begin with that motion of the ankle, so pointing and flexing through the foot. Next time the foot is flexed, we pause. Inhale, lean a little forward, feel the stretch intensify. And then exhale back away from the stretch. Keep going, inhale forward. Exhale back away, follow your breath. Next time you're sitting tall, pause for a moment and decide where you want to hold the stretch. So you can hold it seated upright, you can hold it leaning forward using your hands, or you can fold using a forearm. Hold yourself up using a forearm. So holding the stretch, several deep breaths. If it's helpful, you can always rub the back of the leg. And just let your mind be on the sensations of the stretch. So noticing how the stretch changes with time. Relaxed jaw, a few more breaths here. Lift the torso up. Rebend the knee. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. Bringing yourself back to center with those knees. We'll move our attention back to the upper body for a moment. Let's bend those elbows into a W shape, palms face forward. As you inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. If you have a shoulder injury, maybe only one arm goes up, or maybe you don't reach all the way. And then exhale, bend the elbows back to your W shape. If you'd like, you can add your hands. So as you inhale, spread the fingers wide. And then as you exhale and bend the elbows, create fists. Keep going, follow your breath. So don't worry about my speed, go at your own pace. So follow your breathing. Next time your elbows are bent, we'll pause. Bring the hands forward in front of you as if you were holding a platter. So the elbows are still bent about 90 degrees. I'm just showing you a side view here for a moment. And then as you inhale, arms open out to the side by rotating that arm bone in the shoulder socket. So the elbows stay close to the body, thumbs reach back. And then exhale, hands come forward. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, hands come forward. Keep going at your own pace. We're finding this external rotation as the arms go out to the side. Next time your arms are out to the side, we'll pause and hold for an extra breath or two. And then reach the arms out to the side into a T position if that's possible. We're gonna let, so I'm mirroring you, the left palm face forward, down, then back, and see if you can let that rotation happen throughout the entire arm. And then that right hand, that right palm faces up, and then we switch. So we have internal rotation in one arm, external in the other, and then we switch, rotate the other way. So it's like you're wringing yourself out at the arms. And just keep alternating, wringing yourself out. And then back to center, release the hands to your lap. Couple of shoulder rolls forward. Couple of shoulder rolls back. So we're going to transition to the standing part of class. This part of class is only for a few minutes. So if standing is not for you, please stay in your chair. You can do a few stretches here, do a little motion, maybe move your spine around. So don't feel like you're going to miss out all that much. We're just standing for 2 minutes or so, maybe 3 or 4. If you are up for standing, go ahead and stand on up. And make sure that you are near something that you can hold on to for balance. So that could be the back of a chair. I'm going to turn sideways. You don't need to turn sideways. If you're able to just walk around your chair, that's fine. If that's not possible, find a wall, find a table, just something to hold on to for balance, for support. Let yourself be supported. Once you're standing behind your support, feel free to let go if you're stable, standing upright without holding on to something. Take a moment and look down at your feet and allow your feet to be parallel if that's possible. So toes pointing forward, and let the feet be anywhere from 4 to 8 inches apart. So not too wide, not too narrow. And again, feeling free to grab on at any point if you need support. Now let yourself rock a little forward and back. Now keep this small. And we're just noticing how you can shift your weight into the balls of the feet and then shift the weight into the heels. Only moving in a range that feels stable and safe. And then see if you can find that place where you're pretty even front to back. Where there's weight in the heels and in the balls of the feet. And then let yourself sway right and left. I'll just show you from a front view. Just let yourself sway a little right and left while maintaining that even weight front to back on those feet. Really sensing into those feet. And then find that place where you're even front to back, right to left. Pause, sensing how those feet ground, and then rotate those palms to face forward. This is mountain pose, Tadasana, sort of our base, that tall standing, grounded feet, long spine. From here, we'll move the hands to the support. And step the right foot back anywhere from 1 to 3 feet back. So it just depends on the length of your legs. So we hold on to our support and step the right foot back and go ahead and bend into your front knee. So the back leg is straight and the back heel is on the ground and that front knee is bent and the front heel is on the ground. Feel free to keep holding on to your chair or support, or go ahead and hover the hands above the chair or reach the arms towards the ceiling. Hands come back to the chair. Go ahead and step forward. Back foot meets the front. We'll switch sides. Other leg steps back. So left leg steps back anywhere from 1 to 3 feet back behind you and bend into your front knee. Back leg is straight, front knee is bent. The heels are pushing into the earth. Feel free to keep holding onto your chair or hover your hands above the chair or reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Hands come back down, stepping forward. And then we'll do one more standing stretch. So hands stay on your support. Walk yourself back and create an upside down L-like position. Maybe the torso is parallel to the earth, or maybe it's a little bit lifted. So, adjust based on your flexibility. So that's shoulders. Maybe your shoulders don't like to be all the way in that flexed position. Your legs, your ankles are under the knees, but your knees can be bent if your hamstrings are tight. So adjust as needed, 3 deep breaths. And then walk yourself forward, lifting your torso back up. And then make your way back to your seat. Let's go into a figure 4 stretch here. I'll mirror you. So we'll cross, we have lots of options. So I'm going to go through all of the options. We'll cross that right ankle over the left ankle and let the knee open out to the side. So this is one option. Another option is to cross that right leg over the left. Just a nice cross position. The stretch might be in a slightly different place, and that's okay. Or you can cross that right ankle over the thigh. This knee might be a little bit high, or it might be out to this side. You can always sit up onto something higher, like several pillows, or find a higher chair like a stool to make this slightly more accessible. From here, allow your torso to move a little bit. So from any of those 3 positions, allow yourself to take really small or big circles with the torso and notice how that changes the sensations of the stretch. And go ahead and do that both directions. And then find a place where you'd like to hold the stretch. So that could just be sitting tall, or maybe as you were circling, you found a place that was really interesting, and feel free to stay there. Hold the stretch there. Go ahead and release. Undo the legs, shake them off. And we'll switch sides. So other ankle can cross over and the knee can open out to the side. So that's option 1. Option 2, that left leg can cross completely over the right, like the knees are nestled. Option 3, more traditional figure 4, crossing the ankle over the thigh. Again, feeling free to sit up onto something higher if that's more comfortable for you. First, just pausing and noticing in whichever position you are, what you feel and where you feel it. And then begin to take very small or big circles with the torso, noticing how the movement of your upper body affects what you're feeling in your hips. Allow the circle to go the other way. And then feel free to hold the stretch in whatever position works for you. Maybe it's upright, or maybe leaning one direction or another gave you an interesting stretch. And let's go ahead and release that, shake it off. And then landing those feet. So we'll sit pretty far forward on our chair just so that you can sit up tall and that you're not leaning into your backrest. So it doesn't need to be that far, but just that you're not using your backrest, that you're allowing your spine to hold you up. Planting those feet, again, anywhere from 4 to 8 inches apart so that you can feel really grounded. I like about 6, that feels good to me. And feel where the weight is on your feet. So it's just like that mountain pose that we were doing in standing, but now we're sitting. I want those feet to feel grounded, somewhat even, right to left, front to back. And then notice the same with your hips. So where those sits bones reach your chair, see if they can ground evenly, right to left, and as well, front to back, so that you're not tucking under or overarching, that you're really right on those bones. Feel the spine nice and long. And the shoulders relaxed, and the head just sitting gently atop the spine. Feel free to close the eyes so that you can really settle into this position. Always coming back to those points of contact with the outside world where you ground into the earth or into your chair. Return your attention to your breathing. And begin to notice the quality of the breath. How does it feel? Is it smooth, choppy, even, uneven? How long is the breath? Then begin to notice where you feel the breath within the body. Maybe allow that breath to slow down just a little bit. And then placing one hand on top of the other against your chest, against your heart. See if you can feel the breath here. Maybe even feel your heart beating. And from this space, take a moment to check in with how you're doing. And then take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to take care of your mind and your body. Palms touch. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for being here and joining us. This class is not possible without you, so I'm so grateful to all of you for coming. Our move of the week is just very simple this week or this time. It's mountain pose. And really by that, so mountain pose was that standing pose that we did where we were grounded even front to back, right to left, but then we revisited it when we were seated. And so really when I say mountain pose, I want you to, over the next 2 weeks, because next week will be functional fitness on Wednesdays, is to notice how you stand. Do you tend to stand on one leg or another? And there's nothing wrong with that, but every once in a while, seeing if you can find that place where you're grounding into both feet equally, or when you're sitting, grounding into both hips equally. And so our move of the week is mountain pose. I'm going to write that down, otherwise I forget. So if you need to write it down, now is a nice time. And we have a couple of minutes. So if anybody has any questions related to class, so questions about our yoga or our functional fitness, now would be the time to ask. If you have questions about GoGo itself, the best thing to do is to email GoGo directly. Oh, and I see, I'm sorry, I don't know if Bernadette is still here, but I'm sorry you had some.
Hi, I'm here. This is Shirley. Will we be notified every week as to when the yoga classes will occur?
Yes, yeah. So you get it. You should be getting an invite every class about what is happening. And then V is adding a calendar right now. So in the chat, if you open up the chat, there's a calendar of what classes are happening when. And the chat is usually kind of bottom of the screen. You can click a button and it'll show up on your side or pop up.
See it.
And then a reminder that just this month we don't have class on the day after Thanksgiving. So Friday after Thanksgiving, there is no class, but there is class the day before Thanksgiving. So please come. Oh, and Bernadette, I'm glad, okay, the sound ended up working out for you. I was worried. I'm glad V was able to help you and you were able to get that sorted. Oh, and V is reminding us here too that you'll get the calendar in the email. So if you're getting the emails, you'll get the calendar.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, and it's the same link for every class. So it's always good to RSVP because we like to know who's coming, but it's the same link. So no worries if for some reason you miss an email, just pop on the same link.
So the email will be an invite as well as when we'll be able to come to the yoga class, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great. Great. I have senior moments, so I need those reminders.
Yeah. Barbara, did you want to say something? I saw you raise your hand. Oh, you're on mute, but Barbara, I see your mouth moving, but you're on mute.
Oh no, I was just
Oh, different Barbara.
it's a
Sorry.
different Barbara, yeah. But
Oh, that's great. Lots of Barbaras.
Thank you. I love it.
Oh, and you're in Colorado. Awesome. Catherine, thanks for being here, even though you were late. Totally fine to be here late. Better late than not at all.
Just saying thank you.
Ah.
It really, the classes are beautifully paced and they make a difference. So thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. So great to have you as always.
Have a wonderful holiday.
I will.
The other
I
Barbara
will.
could add something
One,
if you
two.
like. I had long COVID for quite a while, and I was 7 in the morning till midnight on my couch, and it just totally destroyed my muscles practically, and everything's so painful. But this is so helpful because it really, it really, you don't have to overdo anything, and it's helping me, I think, kind of get back into like maybe a better situation with, taking long walks and different things. But I love this because I think it's really going to help my pain. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Thank you for sharing, Barbara. I'm so happy to hear that and that you're able to find that you can move your body in a pain-free way. So that's lovely. Thank you.
I'm Shirley, and I'm still going through long COVID. I get emotional, so forgive me. To the point that I gave up my car. I can't drive. My judgment is not there. So by joining this yoga class and being with all of you, helps me to get over not having my independence like I used to. So thank you.
Thank you for being here and thanks for sharing that. It's great to have you and it's so also nice to be able to see everyone else. In fact, if you haven't, you can always change your settings here and switch it to gallery view. I'll always remind you to change it at the beginning of class, but that way you can see everybody else. If that's too much, don't worry about it. But if you move your cursor to the top right-hand corner, gallery view, you can see everyone else's faces. About half the class has already left. But just nice to see everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I've enjoyed
everybody.
it.
Yeah, and feel free to pop off when you're ready to go. I already see that's happening. Yeah,
I've
see you
enjoyed
later.
the class today.
Thanks, Virginia. Great to have you. First timer, I'm glad you came.
Thank you.
See you next week, Adra.
Bye, Carol.
Thanksgiving, and hope to see you all next week.
Sounds good. And functional fitness is on Friday. So if anyone wants something a little bit more active, that's what's happening then. Getting some thumbs up. Great. All right. Looks like everyone's popping off. So I will let you go. Wonderful to have you. Have a good week. And I will
Thank
see you
you.
either Friday or next week.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Holidays.
Thank you.